points at St James's Park. With me is Alex Baggers. Get involved in the comments, hit like, hit subscribe if you're not doing as well. Baggers, what do you make of that, mate? We spoke at our time, man. I think it's safe to say we didn't see that one coming.
No, and we didn't see it coming 20 minutes into the second half as well. It kind of seemed, missed a penalty, it looked bleak.
I almost forgot about that, the missed penalty, which is like rarer than rocking or shit. A Bruno missed penalty.
He didn't do the step.
I was in the cupboard when he took it, and I'm going to have to rethink my tactics. Yeah, I don't watch penalties.
So he didn't do the step, and that, he never looked like he wanted to score it. It looked like he was a bit nervous. And then, to be fair, the changes towards the end, Van der Beek come on, Pogba come on. We look like a team that wants to play football, and it's
almost like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer knew what he was doing today, because I got here just as the team was announced, and I went on my social media, as I like to do, and there was a complete meltdown by basically everyone at the team he'd picked and what was going on, and no Greenwood in the squad, Pogba on the bench, Van der Beek on the bench, Matt starting, James starting. A lot of people weren't happy about that. James starting, but he got it right. For what impressed me about United today was, we're talking about Maguire's redemption or whatever, but players who had wobbly moments recovered from it. Luke Shaw had a wobbly moment. Recovers from it. Does all right. Not great, does all right. Harry Maguire kicks on. This is probably his best game for a little while for us, 100%. Marcus misses a couple of chances, gets his goal, gets his assist, always wanting the ball. Bruno misses a penalty, gets his goal. Wan-bissaka, who we thought, struggled going... Darren, as Joe called him, and that's going to be the new thing now.
Go on, Darren. There's that Rooney goal.
Going forward, he's had a lot of critics going forward. He wasn't great at times going forward, and then he absolutely scores a banger. I mean, it was like this team just grew in confidence, and no matter what happened, didn't get phased.
It's good to see. Sorry, Stephen Nelson trying to put a coat on his.
Can we have 7 fucking seconds without some drunken nonsense?
Yeah, they've gone from being a nervous team to all of a sudden. You had Pogba, Van der Beek, Bruno come together, and everyone kind of everything lifted. The whole mood, how they started playing, there was a bit of confidence about it, there was a bit of swagger about them. I mean, the Bruno Fernandes goal, the second goal, is unbelievable. The football leading to that is, it was almost like we drew Newcastle into the false sense that they could step out a bit, which is maybe what Ollie wanted us to do, which was just
lull them into a false sense of security.
Let them have the ball a little bit, and then as soon as you think that, and then boom. But that's the thing, maybe United need to do that a little bit, let a team have a bit more possession so that when they snap and go like that, there's a bit of space to go into. And I mean, the goals towards the end, the 3 goals to finish are quality.
Every one of them was outstanding. Guys, do get involved in the comments, hit the like button as well, and if you're not subscribing, make sure you subscribe. I'm just going to see what people are saying. One Matter was the key, says Jack Den. I thought Matter was superb today. People were questioning him, talk of him going in the transfer window, and I'm certainly glad he didn't.
It's a weird one with One Matter because he plays on, Ollie usually plays him on that right-hand side, and he did that today. And you wouldn't even say that that's his strongest position now, where he kind of struggles to get into the game there. But
go on.
You're
all right, Macca.
Maybe that's not his strong position, and he's not going to play in the 10 ahead of Bruno, ahead of Van der Beek, ahead of Pogba. But him, Bruno, Van der Beek together, it's quality football. It's just he's that touch of class that we don't have elsewhere, and I thought it was really good today.
Just see what other people are saying. Good performance by Matt Wan-bissaka.
Wan-bissaka. Right. See, now the thing is, the Wan-bissaka thing, people slagging him off during the game, how poor he was. So for people to jump on it, yes, he had his goal. He was poor at times early on. Wan-bissaka up until the goal, there wasn't too much coming down that right hand side, but it's amazing how little bits of quality here and there change performance, and that's what Wan-bissaka did today.
100% agree. I'm just going to get involved in some of the chat. The Francie Brady says, "Thank Christ it's you two." Don't worry, the others will be back on. Ross Mip says, "I love this watch along. It's the best when you win, lose or draw. Even better when Stephen Alson is drunk. When he fighted in front of Adam and Joe." I don't know what I mean. Stephen Alson drunk. You must be mistaken. "I love Ollie so much," says Brendan. Brendan Moore. Someone else saying, "The end of Shaw's career?" I don't think so. I mean, I thought he did okay today. I think he obviously got an own goal, which isn't great, but then 11 ball recoveries, I've just been informed. Praise Donny. Dan James was good too. Someone else is saying, yes, me. I mean, it's going to give us confidence going into PSG, innit? I mean, some people are saying it's only Newcastle. Newcastle are doing all right this season, and we've had dramas at...
We've won one game so far.
What?
We won one game in the Premier League.
Exactly.
Doesn't matter who it is right now.
We have gone to St James's in the past and not had a great time of it.
Can you just push that?
But it's all right, you're right. Just getting some stats up here. Total shots.
28.
Is that 28? 28 total shots for Manchester
28
United.
shots,
14 on target. Possession, 64%. For United, 36%. Pass accuracy, is that 86?
Yep.
86 for United, 71.
One clear chance for United today.
Yellow cards, 1. Corners, 7 for United, none for Newcastle. Offsides, 2 for United, none for Newcastle. So, I mean, that when you look at it, 64% possession, 14 shots on target to 4. 28 total shots. It looks quite a dominant performance, doesn't it, when you look at those stats?
It does. I mean, I've just been blinded and then turned off that light there. Joe Smith's fault. Do you know what? Since they had that little bit of possession at the start of the game that moved a couple of players about, wan-bissaka, I think, was out of position. McTominay, Luke Shaw got dragged over. Apart from that, they didn't really create much. We dominated the game for most of it, and I think this is the problem with Man United is that there is a bit of shakiness. We mentioned that it was a comedy of errors for that first goal.
It was. We said that half time, didn't we?
The whole back four was out of shape. And
Lindelof got caught, got on the turn, then obviously Shaw, and I didn't think he covered himself in glory of being
and it's not one player making a mistake. It's the whole group being a bit shaky to start the game. But once they settled in, they played good football today.
That's a good point as well. Sorry to interrupt you. Dawar Saeed says, that's saved from De Gea. I almost forgot about that.
That saved from De Gea. I mean, they go 2-1 up there.
That's phenomenal save.
Phenomenal
and another player who...
You can mention over the question
around him, maybe needed a little bit. I mean, almost like redemption's a bit of a theme today. I mean, it might sound dramatic saying David Hay needs redemption.
Maguire scoring,
he needed a performance.
Maguire scoring that goal, I think people are going to underrate that in the terms of things. But I was the only one that picked him in the team, and I picked him in the team in terms of that. I didn't think he should start. I think they're just going to fit him in. Yeah,
predicted. I think you said if you had your choice. I said I agreed with. I wouldn't have picked him today.
No, so that's three of us. I don't think Stephen thought he would. Joe was kind of... I think Joe was on the same lines as me. He's going to play, but he doesn't think he should. Maybe someone else should come in. And for him to get that goal, to get an equalising goal in a game that, if I won disallowed, a lot against us, is a huge thing today. Harry Maguire played really well in the end, and I think that he did what he does very well. Steps out of defence, caused problems. He scored. He nearly had that good strike middle of the game, which is what you want Harry Maguire to do: step out of defence and show a bit of quality, because that's what he's been lacking doing. Because I think there's a bit of nerves behind him where he doesn't want to be checking his shoulder and seeing what's behind him, and that's I think he looked so much better today. He looked confident, and hopefully that's his blip over, and hopefully Ollie's got it bang on where he's kind of just pushed him through that and just said, look, Harry Maguire's my captain. He's my best centre-half, which there's arguments here. Maybe Adam says that Eric Bailly is our best centre-half, but Harry Maguire is our best centre-half. He's pushed him through it, and he scored the goal today and had a really good performance today.
Someone saying great to get 5 different goal scorers on the score sheet. Yeah, probably would have preferred just the 4.
Yeah,
in a 4-1 win. Someone says Rashford back to action. Do you think Marcus Rashford looked back to his best today? And when I say his best, I mean his pre-injury best.
He looked sharp.
What I liked about Marcus as well, and I probably celebrated his goal a little bit more than the others.
You celebrated the one where he missed.
I did. Before. I thought that was in, mate. I was off the seat.
I
couldn't believe it when that was saved. I know he was offside in the end, but I think actually if it had gone to VAR, he'd probably been given onside. But there's always been this question mark since his injury. When he came back after Project Restart, he had a couple of good games. Palace in particular was good, but in the Europa he looked off the pace. This season he's been a little bit up and down. Great goal against Brighton. Probably hasn't quite hit the heights he hit pre-season, but today he looked like the old Marcus Rashford. For me,
he looked sharp. He had that bit of aggression about him. When the ball went back to the keeper, you could see him just putting that extra bit of effort in. That was that press that you saw when Marcus came into the team, and you went, he's got a little bit more about him. About just everything about him was he wanted the ball. He wanted to do that. I think he did really well.
That ball as well for Bruno. I mean, if that was Thiago Alcantara, they'd be absolutely dribbling over it on Sky, wherever they'd be going, "Oh, how amazing!"
Even
that was.
If it's 4-1, killing the game.
Quality ball.
He looked back to it today. And the other thing with Marcus is that not just the amount of stick he's got in terms of since he's come back into the team from Project Restart, the amount of stick he's got playing as a number 9 ever, everyone said he can't do it. Even Mourinho came out and said, even when it was the Sky at the start of last season, sat there and said that he can't do it.
I mean,
he's not
even out with Mourinho. He's like, he's been here for 5 years, or whatever. Now he was 18 when he came in. He came in like he basically leapfrogged over about 4 people. Even like Will Keane was ahead of him, but he got injured.
Yeah, he got him.
And then he sort of just burst on the scene, forced his way into the team with his performances and his goals. Was moved around from pillar to post, especially by Jose.
Yeah.
I've seen Marcus basically filling in at right back at one point at Anfield. And then he's sort of kept going.
But that's the thing.
And now
someone that got slagged off.
A mainstay
slagged off as a number 9 and said they couldn't do it. To come in today in a depleted, look, at the end of the day, it's a depleted squad, no Greenwood. There's still no reason. I've not heard why.
I'm guessing. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's weird because I'm thinking, all right, he's took him out of the firing line, maybe resting him for Paris. But in Paris, have you not got Cavani and Martial back?
So I don't think you need that. But
I don't know whether
no Greenwood, no Cavani, no Martial. Rashford's your only fit number 9, maybe Igalo, but I don't think he's up to the level. Coming today, quality performance, threatened all the way through. Held it, and he did a bit of link-up play as well, which, he's been criticised for that. He's been criticised for not doing that. He's chased balls down and stuff like that. But today, he linked up play well, looked good as number 9 in what was it? That's a weak front 3. Dan James, Marcus Rashford, Wan-bissaka, isn't? Yeah,
it's your makeshift front 3.
Yeah.
Just quickly, sorry, in the super chat, Dylan Sealer says, who did you feel the most happy to see on the score sheet? Sure, question mark, laughing emoji. I loved Maguire's and Bissaka. Like I said, I was happy to see. Do you know what? All of them. Maguire probably is the one player I wanted to get a goal. Would have been Maguire.
Yep.
Love to see Marcus get his goal at the end because he'd missed a couple of chances and I felt he deserved a goal from his performance. And wan-bissaka, I mean, I think you had a heads up, didn't you? But you had a heads up, right? But
be ready.
Nothing you said exactly. Back his sense me because he was doing the chat, and sometimes in the chat you'll get like, we score whatever, and he went, "Be ready." But I was not expecting
wan-bissaka to stick on top bins.
Stick it top bins. I was like, what the fuck is going on there? That was pretty amazing.
But again, Bruno as well, after missing, a goal disallowed, missed penalty, to come up and score that. And to be fair, Bruno's come under a lot of criticism since, again, Project Restart, only scored penalties. People have said that's what he's going to do now. He's not really, he's not stepped up. Can
we just stop, right, this thing? And I've heard this argument made about Marcus Rashford as well when he was scoring a lot of penalties for us, and Bruno only scores penalties. How many times do you see people miss penalties? Vital penalties. Yeah, missed penalty today. Do you know what I mean? Only scores penalties. It's not easy to score penalties. Do you know what I mean? Like, when United went through a stage of missing loads of penalties, we had Rashford, Pogba, Martial all taking penalties and missing. It's not a foregone conclusion, you get a penalty, that's a goal. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So this idea he only scores penalties just fucking drives me mad.
There was Bruno stepping up, and his goal's unbelievable. It's
that play. Was that the one where it was like switched from left to right?
Switched to left and right, and then he's put it in.
That finish
proper
as well,
top corner.
That's a
proper top corner.
Almost, wasn't it, man?
But that pressure on Bruno there, you miss a penalty, you've had a goal disallowed, is unbelievable. In that team.
It's funny, right? Because it's not funny, but I think it was just after a missed Bruno penalty, Marcus when he went through him, and you go. I don't know about you, but I do know about you because you sat next to you. But you're like, oh, this is shit. United again. This is so depressing, and you know what? It's gonna be another one of them days. We're gonna go into a Paris game and get done in. It's gonna be horrible, and then. From the go to the finish we had, those last 20 minutes or whatever it was, where we just looked.
But it changes the start.
It was almost like someone says, "Where is the Ollie credit after them changes?" Listen, I think myself and Baggers especially have been pretty fair with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I've been sort of backed him since he took over, really, and I think the problems we've got at Manchester United are not the manager's fault, and I think he's done a very good job. I think there's room for improvement, obviously, and I was annoyed with our transfer window. I don't think me and you did a lot of the transfers lives, and at no point were we going, we need Cavani, Tellez, and some kids we've never heard of to catch the Scousers and say, but, that's not disparaging the players we did get. So we have backed Solly, and I think, this is one thing that always baffles me a little bit, or I always think you got to be careful a little bit, is when you see a team announced and you go on social media and everyone's like, he's lost the plot, Ollie out. I was seeing Ollie out when the team sheet came in, and you think maybe he knows what he's doing.
That's been a pattern for the entire time, though, where anytime you don't see a dramatic change from either the week before. You don't see a Tellez come in and drop short. I mean, we all had Tellez in our starting lineup, but at the same time, he's been to Brazil this week. He's starting at a new club, had probably one training session at Manchester United, and everyone wanted him starting. There wasn't that big of a gap between Luke Shaw and Tellez coming in, where you go, you have to get rid of him, and you have to put this new lad in. Sorry, Ollie has that. Ollie trains with these lads every week. He knows who these lads are. He knows what they're going to be able to do. He's not going to just put a Tellez in because he's had one training session and played for Brazil twice. And you've got to. There's the same time is that you've got to trust what Ollie's done. This starting 11, if that had come out at the middle of last season, is our best starting 11.
I think as well, right? One thing with Ollie, is he, you look at some of the results he's got and the performances he's got and the success in terms of getting to third or whatever, or the wins against City, the wins against Chelsea, the wins at home away to Leicester, and you look at how he's got those results. Is he a tactical genius? No, I don't think he is. Is he someone who's made, excuse me, amazing signings? He's made some very good signings, like Bruno, for example, and I think, by and large, his signings have been good. But I think a lot of what Ollie deserves credit for is he's very good at man management. And I think the way he's sort of handled Paul Pogba's situation, handled the Anthony Martial situation, handled the Mason Greenwood situation in bringing Mason into this team, because he didn't play him for the first half of last season. When a lot of us who watched Mason as a youngster were saying, get him in the team, we need him. And he knew long term, you've got to bring him in gradually, and he did that. And it's like today, we all thought, you've got to take Maguire out of the firing line. And he didn't, maybe even like you mentioned there with Shaw, he thought, players like Shaw, who can be a confidence player, player like Maguire, they need to bounce back from that Spurs game. They need to, and also, Tellez ain't 100% yet, so it's counterproductive to bring in a player who's just come from Sao Paulo, literally on a flight 2 days ago, and put him in the team against Newcastle, his first Premier League game ever, when you've got a player there who's probably wants to get back, has had a break in an international break as well, because he didn't play for England. So it's almost like Ollie, the one thing he's good at, or the main thing he's good at, is his man management. I think he knows how to handle these players. Yeah. And from what I gather, he's a pretty popular figure. I know that's not always a great thing. You don't have to be dead popular as a manager. Some players hated Fergie, but he got the best out of them. But he's very popular with the players, and I think he's been able to get and handle some of his players in the right way. And we saw that today.
I think there is. I think there's a point of people going that, the thing with Mourinho and even Van Gaal was that there was a clear thing of you're not playing that player, and he is better every time he plays. Pogba wasn't getting played under Mourinho towards the end, and you kind of go, he's our best player, why aren't you playing him? Whereas Ollie he's playing as good as a team as he can put out every single time. He's doing what he can. The thing with Ollie is that I don't think the squad is good enough, and I think that he's been trusted with this. I think he's been trusted with the let's get rid of a couple of players, let's take the longer road to things, and I think that he's going to get more stick than everyone else because he's, like I said, everyone last season slagged him off. He got rid of Lukaku. The easy thing could have been just to keep him in there and he's going to get you 15 goals, but he didn't do that, and he's done this. He's bleeded the team back in, and he's got this way of playing. And even today, you could have just said, well, put Ighalo in. It's the simple option. You've not got number 9. You put Ighalo in, and you've got but at the same time, you've not got the players around to do what you need to do.
Just on that, I know this is probably the last thing on anyone's mind right now, but you've mentioned him, so I think it's worth talking about. I mean, no Martial, no Cavani, and Ighalo doesn't even get a look in.
I think there's something there.
And no Greenwood as well, and Ighalo doesn't even get a look in. That's 3 strikers.
I think there's something there because you wouldn't have thought, even January last year, Stephen Howson.
That was a really good Liam Gallagher impression then. Sit here, go on, we'll get your take on things.
We're talking about Ighalo.
Has he got a future in Manchester Football
Club? Even there's a lot of positives.
Christmas, aren't we?
Yeah, because no Greenwood, no Cavani, no Martial. Ighalo doesn't get a look in. It's not good, is it?
Do you think that's it for Ighalo?
Yeah, but I don't understand why.
Do you think he's good enough though?
Yeah, I do.
Really? It's a start in the Premier League. You think you have no qualms? You see Ighalo on that team sheet, you're all right with that?
What?
You burped.
I'm burping
aggressively.
I've had a little bit of drink. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I really do. Remember what the guy was like at Watford?
Mate, that was 4 years ago, and he went 17 games without a goal at Watford in his last season. I like Ighalo. He's a likeable guy. He is. And when he won me over, because when we signed him, I was like, this is ridiculous. But, he does win us over. But you look at it now, you think, we're missing 3 strikers today, not even in the squad,
All right, well,
and he
Ogden
still doesn't.
obviously doesn't rate him.
Well, that's
He
my,
did
kind of my
last
point.
year,
Like, do you
though.
think he's not got? Do you think like,
less than
that's
12 months ago he did? Brought him in.
Did it, or did he go? Here's a lad that can play tonight.
I don't know. It's. I mean, maybe he's gonna. He'll come back into the Carling, not the Carabao Cup, where it's
Yeah, that
the
one.
Milk Cup,
The Milk Cup.
the
Milk
Rumbelows
Cup.
Cup.
I mean, the one they're trying to fucking cancel.
Oh, that really good project that went really well when the Scousers and the Glazers got together.
Mate, what an horrible project that is.
Mate, even as a United fan, I was like, no. We're getting together with the Scousers. That's the end of that one. Then let's not do that, no matter what it is. Hey, and let's not give the Glazers more power. It's funny how everyone hates the Glazers, don't they, when they think they're going to have a say in your club.
Yeah.
And when it's United, you think it's fucking funny. Well, it's not funny, is it?
It's not funny anymore, is it?
Do you know what I mean? That joke isn't funny anymore. As
How good one matter? Mint.
Did he play well today?
do you remember much of this game? Genuinely,
Wan-bissaka.
didn't you
Darren
celebrate
Wan-bissaka.
Didn't you celebrate the replay of Harry Maguire's goal? Steve thought Maguire got 2 today. Bless him. Steve's like basking in the glory of a 5-1 win.
For about 5 seconds. Yeah. After that, no. Outside of that, gonna have to watch the game again.
Rash scored another goal.
It was like, do you remember the LASK when we did the watch along with him and he was on the run again? And he looked up and he went, fuck, it's 5-0.
Don't remember a single goal of that. I saw one of the goals. Igalo scored a sick one.
Yeah,
Outside of that, not a clue.
But I remember when Pereira scored and you were watching it as though, is this really happening? You were like that.
We went to the Fitzroy that night.
I wasn't here. I was in Turkey.
Oh, yeah.
Back when it was
probably
good.
playing golf with the Republicans.
Yes, that was it. Back when you could
Before that
travel.
was illegal. Let's happen everyone in the comments.
Yeah.
Right?
the comment?
So
Someone said, we're looking for Salford.
this is amazing. Someone says Steve's pissed. No, he's not. He don't drink.
Proper drunk.
I love Howson. He is lit. Cheers, mate. This is how it should be. Stephen getting pissed all match day. Janine Howson says, I was going to... Right, this is true. I'm not making this up. I was going to book him in early as possible, but can't book them now. I took too long. I need something equally painful for him to do hungover. So it looks like he got out of Alton Towers, I think. But I think, though, I need something equally painful for him to do hungover. So looking forward to your DIY jobs in the morning, mate, or whatever
Clean
she's
the
got
office.
planned for you.
I'm
Yeah.
horrendous at DIY.
Well, you're not alone. Someone's put, Jay, get the beard back, son. Don't you feel left out? Mate, it was a lockdown beard, so I stick to my guns, mate.
Get a beard back, though.
It took me ages to grow that. And plus, the from this to the beard, the bit in between was shite. Yeah. But I got away with it because I was locked in my house for 3 months, so no one saw me. Howson was great entertainment. He has his moments. PSG, bring it on. Quickly.
The wife don't think so.
Yeah, well, that's a different story. Just quickly on PSG, we were saying before, do you go into this game with more confidence now? Do you fancy our chances, or does this not matter?
Jay.
Why not? Well,
Three
why
at the
not? We
back.
just won 4-1 after we were having a horrendous season.
Because Newcastle's the same as PSG.
No, it's not the same, but it just
Yeah,
build
but they've got
confidence.
fast people like Sam Maximan that we can do with him. We can do with Neymar, can't we?
No, honestly though, right? Flip it on its head then. If we get beat today, you're going into the PSG game going, oh, fucking hell, we've lost 3 games this season already. I'm not saying now you're going, oh, PSG will be easier, but it does not give you confidence that your players are scoring goals. So you're not saying Marcus Rashford's not going to be a bit more confident now, he's just got a fucking goal.
3 at the back. Luke Shaw, Lindelof,
Is Harry Maguire not more
Tell us.
confident after
Tell
today's
us.
performance?
Do you know what? Harry Maguire for scoring today might be the one that benefits the most out of all of this lot, because
That's unbelievable
yeah,
today.
because I actually think scoring a goal and maybe getting a little bit of deserved praise, not fake praise, might do him good. But we're still getting twatted by PSG.
I think you're wrong.
We're not. We're going to score 6
It'll be
against them.
Tuesday, but you know, I don't think we're
Someone's going to clip this up and ram that down my throat. But I think PSG, mate, been there, done that.
Yeah. PSG away. Piss it there.
That's it.
PSG away. I fucked up furniture in here on the back of that.
Will
What
you
a
break
fucking
it? Will
good
you
day
break
that
a chair if we
was.
score again?
Yeah.
Right.
I was at
Is
home.
it a last minute penalty to win the game?
No. Just if
Just think
if
of
we
the
win.
circumstances. The circumstances. Marcus Rashford steps up to take a penalty. Away goals.
Takes it off Lukaku.
Mate.
Fuck it
Mate. Oh, Lukaku, I'm so selfless, I'll give it him. Shut up, you shit it. Marcus Rashford knew he was going to fucking top bins that. Buffon, honestly, you couldn't have wrote it any better. It was too Hollywood for Hollywood. Hollywood was like, nah, I don't think so.
Mate, that was such a top night. I honestly thought we were going to win the Champions League, I'm not going to lie.
So did I.
At what point
And then
in
we-
the
and then it
Barcelona
was-
game do we go tits up?
Then it was Barcelona.
When we named the team, when the teams came out and the team sheet was
Is
named.
it not when Captain Ashley Young did a fucking...
All right, here we go. Yes, let's
Go on to
not.
Stephen
yeah.
House on TV, you'll see the Ashley and Croyd side.
Oh, hang on, Janine's back. Everything requires booking in advance because of COVID. I'm not that organised. It was something fun for the families. I can't do clothes shopping. I think this is something you maybe might want to take to text messages. The house and before my missus starts selling me off. I'm not going to get into that one. Would like to see 2 strikers with a diamond behind.
I like it.
Yeah, but I'm with Tellez now. I think Tellez and
Alex Tellez.
But Alex Tellez as a
Darren
wing
Bissaka.
back. Tellez at left.
Wan-bissaka getting the final third.
Tellez on left wing. Darren Wan-bissaka. I think the diamond works in that. He's not going to do it though. Let's be real. He's only going to play Bruno, Pogba, or Van der Beek. He's only play 2 or 3. Pogba's mint.
It's weird, isn't it? How like some people, even in the comments, are still like, "Oh, he's still not the right man for the job. Oh, he's still this. Oh, he's still that."
He might not be, but
I don't know, man. The guy's just won 4-1. Can we not just get behind him a bit?
let's just have fun.
Do you know what I mean? Let's just enjoy it. Enjoy the fucking win. It's not like they've fallen
You're
from
right,
the trees at the minute. But we'll see anyway. Right, we're gonna wrap this up because Steve's yawning, which is if the guys on the video are yawning. That bodes well for the viewers.
Just 2.
Guys, do hit like, do hit subscribe. If you're not subscribing as well, let me put a quick subscription link in the old chat there. So
Well done, Jay.
give us a subscription there. You see it from Paddock there in the chat. If you're in the chat, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that share button.
Steve
Harrison, when he saw Harry Maguire's second goal going in.
That was
Quickly, Darren Cox says, Cavani to come on and score, it will make Neymar cry again. Well, I'll settle for that. That's been Alex Baggers. That's been Stephen Howson. I've been Jay Motti. This has been the Stretford Paddock match review. Manchester United have gone to St James's and won 4-1, and everyone scored. Up the fucking Reds.